Let's see. Are we there? Are we there? Oh, we're there, yeah.
Yep,
we're there. Excellent. Good to see, good to see. Yeah. This is Spyro. Look at him. He's all blue. Did the color change for Spyro in the meantime? I believe it was blue still.
Yeah, let me quickly get a refresh and... Dip. Nope, we're staying on the blue.
We're staying on the blue. Alright, blue Spyro it is. I'm bringing the sunglasses because you gotta look cool as Spyro. Anyways, I'm Boney. I'm gonna play Spyro 1 in this case. Because you do have 2 and 3. But we're just gonna keep it to 1. Specifically right now, playing any percent no balloon skip. The no balloon skip is because it turns the any percent run from around 50 minutes to 5. So, you know, we have this category to make sure that you actually play through the game, and it's a bit different. You do all the main things that you expect to do in a Spyro game: collect gems, collect dragons, get some eggs from those egg thieves, and just all around platform your way to Nasty Nork. So, I am ready. I'll count it down. Getting ready in 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. So one thing you're going to notice, loading times are going to be pretty long. So that's going to give me plenty of time to explain what's going on, what's going to happen. We're going to have a quick cutscene to show off what's going on in the world of dragons. And that was it. That's all you needed to know. I'm pretty sure you guys got it from that, right? The adventure begins. Game intends for you to get that dragon we kind of skipped. Explain to you what's going on. Nasty Nork went around terrorizing the world of dragons. All the dragons are encased in crystal. We gotta go save them. We don't need that info. We're just gonna go straight into the first level, Stonehill. And as we make our way through these first couple of levels, we want to collect certain amounts of items. Because there's different types of items. You've got gems first and foremost. As you can see at the bottom, I got 2. To leave the first area, we need to collect 10 dragons. Once we head into the second world, we need to get 1,200 gems to leave that one. Then from there on, we need 5 dragon eggs to get to the 4th level. From there, we need 50 dragons to get to the 5th. And then finally, we need 6,000 gems to make it all the way to Nasty Nork's evil lair. So that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're doing right now. I'm just running through this level. This level isn't too interesting. We're just gonna collect some gems, get some dragons, and all in all, make our way through this level. Really, we're skipping a lot of this level. Like, this level is way bigger than what I'm showing off right now. Way bigger. But that doesn't matter. We can just run. We can just get through. So most of the time, we're flying through levels. There aren't a lot of glitches in the game, per se. Some weird things can happen due to the FPS. There is a fix for that, an official fix. I don't use it personally, just because I'm just used to it at this point. But that's, it can cause some minor inconveniences, some jumps that are a bit harder than usual. But overall, things work just fine. This is, I'd say, one of the first minor glitches we're about to experience down square. We are going to use a dragon to allow us to stand in the air and get to somewhere we're not supposed to get to. So we're going to use this first dragon for that, right here. Now all we need to do is stand on the edge of this platform, and the game will think we're on top of the dragon. The dragon wasn't there. It doesn't matter. Game expects you, you know what, the dragon was here, hitbox was here, you can stand here, no problem. Which allows us to get to the end of the level. Now, we don't ever really use the end of the level, to be very honest. We mainly do this because it allows us to get to the dragons that we need to get earlier. So in this case, we can get Devlin, and instead of using exit level, we're going to use the guidebook to lead us back to the start of the world to collect that one dragon we kind of skipped. I mean, you know, like, I kind of ignored him the first time around. Let's not do that. Here you go. There's Nestor. Nestor is a bit of a special dragon right there. You might not have noticed, but normally you're not allowed to skip his cutscene. The reason we're allowed to skip his cutscene in this case is because we created downwards momentum as we saved him. Because downwards momentum is created as we hit the ground, we gain control of Spyro, at least in terms of being able to skip the cutscene. If you normally just run into him, you can't skip it. You get this whole spiel about Nasty Nork and how he's evil and what he's doing to the world of dragons. Like I said, you don't need to know that. There's no need. This is always a good time to get a drink. Spyro likes to take it easy and just chill out before rushing to victory once again. Next up is going to be another, chill level. Honestly, not a lot of tricks. There's one tricky jump in there to make sure we can get to a dragon a bit sooner than usual. And as little as it may seem right now, the gems we're collecting are very, very tight. Simply missing a blue gem or a yellow gem can cause major issues towards the end of the game. As we need about 6,000 gems, the way I have set up the route through the game, at least my personal route, that's one of the fun things about the game. You can collect gems in the way you want them to collect them. Some are just kind of the same speed, so it doesn't really matter. So it's like, well, what do you prefer? But I get about 6,030, I'd say. 6,030. So I can miss a 1 or a 2 here or there, but missing a 5 or a 10, let alone a 25 gem, oof, that's gonna hurt a lot. And I can't afford to really leave those laying. So that's gonna cost me time if I don't take care of that. I mean, these stages are gonna go by very fast as well. Like, as you can see, I'm just mainly focusing on collecting everything we need. That purple right there, oh, frame drop. There's a 25. This jump right here, very tight. You're supposed to go all the way around and everything. We don't have time for that. We just want to get to our friend Maximus and get out of the level once again. We don't need to use the exit level platform up until the final 3 levels. That is where the game expects you to actually beat the level. Before then, it doesn't care. It just wants you to collect stuff. They kind of changed that in the sequels, where they do expect you to actually beat the level to collect a certain relic or item, and that allows you to continue. In this one, they're just like, nah, we just got these balloonists taking you hostage, basically, because you're not allowed to go past the next level without paying them. They kind of really embodied that with money bags in Spyro 2 and 3. If you have played Spyro 2 and 3, you do not like Mr. Moneybags at all. You do like the part at which you take him down, but up until then, you don't like him. But no Moneybags in this, just annoying dragon egg thieves around. This is the level where we're about to encounter our first dragon egg thief, and we're gonna steal that egg back, because it was our egg. We want it. Bit of a tricky jump coming up. This is one of those jumps that is very much influenced by the 60 FPS. It's a very tight jump. You're not supposed to jump up here at all. But there's 20 gems, and I want them. Same with this one. You're not supposed to flame that one. Still want him. Also, that was a dragon egg thief. He's down. Remember those days where you had to run around and try to take down these dragon egg thieves, and you kept getting so close, and you just kept missing them. Most of the time, I just take them down in like a second or two, because they don't respond that quickly. The moment they start running, it's a whole different story. You just don't want them to run. Oof, that's a close one. Bit of a magic stairs moment. So this is one of the places where paths diverge. Some people end the level here and exit out. I prefer to get some gems here and get the dragon up there and then exit out of the level. So it's one of the things that I find interesting about the speedrun itself. It's not that set in stone. People are changing some things from time to time because they find out that they're faster or not, but this is what I prefer. We're doing pretty good on time, actually. I do have my splits open, so we're right on pace. Right on pace. Next up is a cannon that I hate. For some reason, the game decides, you know what, this cannon is slippery. By God, it worked. Cannons are a bit amusing, though, in this remake. So what they kind of did was, okay, if you run into the cannon, it moves, right? Makes sense. However, if you use your analog stick and your D-pad at the same time, it moves twice as fast. If you then use your keyboard along with your D-pad and analog stick, it moves 3 times as fast. Logic. Perfect logic. It's very useful because it just allows you to barely get the cannon shot off on the rock. Otherwise, you would have to push it a bit longer. You couldn't do it right away. While saying all of that, my commentary is falling a bit behind as we're into the first flight level. The flight levels are a place where we just go for gems. Every flight level, if you fully complete it, will land us 300 gems. We do 4 flight levels overall, landing us 1,200 gems. It's pretty good. And you might notice me dropping down from time to time, very close to the water, almost killing myself. That's because closer you are to the water, the faster you fly, and we want to go fast. Now, this is a bit of a new thing that I've been learning, so hopefully this will go well. So we go here, fly through this, up through this, into this. Oh, maybe I should flame it. That would be useful. I'll just go like that. That kind of slowed me down a bit, but that's okay. That's okay. We made it anyways. Bit of different routes, bit faster than the old routes. Unfortunately, I forgot to flame that. Otherwise, we would have been, I'd say like 3-4 seconds faster than usual. Probably 2-3 seconds. Who knows? Anyways, there's another egg thief. That's our second egg of the game. We need 5 in total. We're not gonna run around again. We can glide. And we're already doing pretty well dragon-wise. Let's see if we can get this real quick. So this should land us around 1034, I'd say. 1034. Am I correct in saying that? Wow. I actually did not expect to be very exact. I expected to be like off by a couple. Alright. Here's our first boss, Dr. Shemp. We kind of skipped the boss from the first world. We don't like his dog, so we're not messing with him. But this is a good spot for us to get some more gems. As these dudes in armor charge off the cliff, they drop some more gems. And the game recognizes whenever they run off the cliff that I didn't actually, you know, get the gem, so it just returns it to me. As this. I didn't kill him. The game killed him. But I'll take the gems. So here's the boss. We're not gonna fight the boss. I lied. We're just gonna leave. Fighting the boss takes way too long, and all it gives us is a couple of gems. Gems we can collect in other levels. So let's not do that. Let's not do that. 1191, so we need like 9 more to actually advance to the next world, but the next level Ice Cavern contains 5 dragons. We want dragons. Dragons are cool. I like dragons. Yeah, this one's pretty straightforward. I don't know if any donations are around, otherwise I'll keep chatting.
I mean, not at the moment, but I could talk about other stuff.
Ooh, please do.
For example, talking about donations, here for this edition of BSG, we're raising money for the Red Cross. In these difficult COVID-19 times, they ensure that all the people in need receive the help they require. The Red Cross does this by offering practical help like shopping, transporting of patients, collecting and distributing of medical devices, but also through social media by providing us with the information we need. The Red Cross continues tirelessly to help as many people as possible. And yeah, it's for a good cause, as all charity events mostly do. And yeah.
I do like good causes, helping charity.
Yeah, right?
It's
so
always good.
Some donations, guys.
Well, there you go. You guys better get donating. I personally will be donating for every gem I am short or over towards the end. So as I said, we need 6,000 gems to actually get to the final worlds. In general, I tend to be a bit over, a bit under. Whatever I'm over or under that amount, I will be donating as well. We'll see. Who knows? I might be a bit too much over, maybe a bit too much under. I don't know. Well, we'll keep it at a 10 minimum, just because of, I don't know, I might be very very on pace, and I don't want to ruin that then. Ooh, missed that chest. That's okay though. Alright. That is Peacekeepers done. We're about to head into Magic Crafter. So again, we have this balloonist, we have to swindle, tell them like, yeah, no, really, we got these 1,200 gems. No, you don't need to take them. Yes, I do have them. See, here they are. And then we can go on our merry little way. Maybe if I actually go to Magic Crafters, we could go. I do love these loading screens. Like, as much as these loading screens take a while, they do allow you for some time to have a drink. Maybe really, really quickly replace the battery of your lighting because you didn't remember to charge that. That has happened to me several times. But as this is a PC game, timing is one of those things that is different per PC if you were to do it in real time, because the loading time on an SSD is different than it is on a hard disk. So for Spyro, we specifically time based on real time without loads. We got a nice little splitter for that. In-game time, unfortunately, is not very accurate, we found. So if you check out the leaderboards on speedrun.com, you will see 3 different times. They might not align at all, but we check for real time without loads. So in that sense, the game can load as long as it wants. It won't impact your speedrunning capabilities. So if you're interested in running the game, simple as that. Alpine Ridge is the first level where we really run into the FPS issue. So before on Clifftown, we had a jump that was, 2 jumps even, that were influenced by the FPS. This place, however, is not just the jump that's influenced. It influences the enemies in this case. So enemies in this area have the ability to move various objects, as you can see. So we have one of the wizards, which moved one of the blocks. We have a wizard here that moves the stairs. And then we also have a wizard up ahead that moves the wall. However, the 60 FPS causes the wizard to not actually move the wall. So what I have to do is set the game to 30 FPS. It can move the wall. And we can get in. This is the only place where 60 FPS is in fact an issue. Same with this one. He might not move his stuff. And then we set back to 60. But it's an issue. It's one of those things that has just never been fixed, ever. I don't know what the developers are doing in that sense, but it's been in for ages. And as a casual player, you can run into this, which sucks. Oh, maybe if I hit this. Hey, there we go. Kind of used the trick there. If you charge into the fireworks chests, you just collect all the gems. Instead of, if you flame them, you have to wait until it blows up, and then it shows up, and then Sparks has to pick everything up. It's a hassle. We don't do that. I don't have time for that. I want to go fast. We just want to save Calvin and get out of here. There we go. We're out of here. Let's see, what's coming up? We've got High Caves coming up. High Caves is a pretty straightforward level. In between, we're gonna have to collect a dragon egg, though it isn't necessary. The way the route's set up, there are 6 dragon eggs that you can collect. And then the one I just got is pretty much the most tricky one. You might be a bit off angle he might run away a bit too fast. Like, especially that one right there is a classic one as a kid where you just have to run around all the time. If you actually chase that one down, it's gonna take forever. So don't do that. Just cut him off. Just cut him off. But this is gonna help us out, as on the level after this one, Wizard Peak, we only have to collect 1 egg instead of 2. Saves a tiny bit of time. It's not enormous, but hey, time saved is time saved, and I'll take all the time that I can get. High Caves is another one of those levels where we pretty much skip a whole lot of the level itself. There's a cave with metal spiders. We've got this spire of wizards fighting one another. This is where we are going to go up. And then there is a fortress as well where they are fighting one another as well. We're not going to go to the fortress. We're not going to go to the cave with spiders. We're just going to get some dragons, get some loot, get out of here. Because we're a dragon. We want loot. There we go. This is one of those places where the cycle really matters. You want to make sure that everything beforehand is done as fast as possible so that you can actually make that cycle, because otherwise you're going to have to wait like a second or two. No time for that. This is especially one of those levels that is very, very precise. Time to use this boost to abuse the fact that I can just break stuff now. Normally I'd have to flame them, do weird things, wait for them. Instead, with Super Boost, which we'll see many times, we just break through chests that you're normally not allowed to charge through. This is the case for the Fireworks chest, the Gem chest, which are chests that have the gem on top, and for chests that are locked by a key. Which I will be trying to use later on. Same with these chests. Metal chests themselves are not able to charge through normally. You have to use Supercharge to actually get through those. That's the only way to get those gems. And those gems specifically were very useful. 25 gems. I gotta have those. I gotta have those. Like I said, I can't skip 25s. Not possible. Wizard Peak. Wizard Peak is pretty much the only place where we actually Death Warp. In general, Death Warping just does not happen in this game. This is really the only spot. It's because our good egg friend is kind of hiding out on a platform all the way in the middle of nowhere. And you can jump back, but it's just slow. Like, as many things happen, it's just slow. If I'm not doing something, just assume it's slow. Just assume it's slow. Ooh, kind of missed that last guy there. That's a 5 that I'm missing right there. So this is the one that I mean. It's pretty slow. You can get back. There's a sneaky dude right in behind. He can jump back, but this will allow us to respawn back on the last dragon that we saved, which is conveniently at a supercharge spot. So we're gonna use the supercharge spot, get through this, try to slow us down here by using the wall, which allows us to carry on a bit longer than we normally would. Because normally you would be able to get, I'd say, 1 or 2 jumps before you crash into the wall because you're just too fast. But instead we can slow us down just a tiny bit more and make our way to the last dragon. Let's see, we've got 2 levels left. We've got a flight level, Crystal Flight, and then afterwards we've got our actual first boss fight. Can you imagine actually fighting a boss? First up, Crystal Flight. Crystal Flight is, in my opinion, a fun flight level in terms of the way everything is set up. The start is going to go really quickly. So, initially the game incentivizes you to go through rings. But it's faster to do what we're about to do. So let's hope this goes well, because it can go wrong. It can go wrong. Let's hope not. Drop down into the gate, get 2 of these planes, back around into this gate, get these planes in quick succession. And you know what, game? Sure, we'll take some rings. I missed the last plane. It's not that bad to miss the last plane. Like, preferably I would want to hit it, but the way everything is set up, and the the way the planes are flying, the route that they take, coincides with when I'm about to get to the chest that you see to the left. I'm not gonna get the chest just yet. I'm gonna get this one first, fly back, get this, and then the plane is right there. So we can just pick it up. It's a bit messier because you see I have to like pan around a bit too much and just fly into this. That's pretty good time, 55.8. Something I neglected to mention about flight levels, whenever we finish a flight level, we would preferably want some sort of geometry in the way. Whenever Spyro finishes the flight level and flies into this geometry, the game assumes that he's already flown up the highest that he could have been and sends you to the score screen. When you don't do that, Spyro just flies all the way up, the 4 things that he had to collect spiral around him, cute animations, and then you get the score screen. So flying into this geometry just allows us to exit the level faster. It saves like 4 or 5 seconds, and we can do that in 3 out of the 4 levels. You can kind of do it in the 4th flight level, but it's messy. It's tricky. It's just a hassle. It's not something you're aiming for. Oops. Maybe if I hit it. There you go. Alright, abuse the fact that I can actually get those by charging into it. And then move on. Because obviously I've been taking damage. I didn't even mention my good friend that's also in blue right now, Sparks. Sparks is very useful in all of this, and is going to be very relevant from this point on. Sparks is the thing that allows us to collect gems without touching them, because Sparks picks them up for us. It's what makes us just get close to a gem and just run on and never worry about it, because we've got Sparks. But we're going to be doing some damage boost here and there, and we're going to run into levels where we can hardly recover health. So it's going to be very imperative to take care of Sparks. Because the moment you lose Sparks, you do, you can still live. If you get hit, you die right away. But also, if you don't have Sparks, you don't have that ability anymore to collect gems fast. And it does hamper your ability to run through the game very, very much.
Would you like to go?
So far time's looking pretty good. I don't know what real time is. I usually pay attention to the real time without loads. I think we're right on pace. 4th level, 4th world, I should say, Beastmaker's world. This is the hardest world in the run. There's a lot of places where the run can easily die. It starts off not in this level, but the flight level, Wild Flight, it is very notorious for killing a run. So let's not hope that happens. Terra's Village, very straightforward, very not a lot to mention. We can run through this one, hopefully nice and quick. Flame, barrel roll. Just get through. So far things are pretty good time-wise. There's not a lot to mention about this level. I don't know if you've got some things to add, Sonorous, in the meantime.
Well, I can surely find something to add.
Hey, I like that.
For example, here, we would like to thank ESA for supporting the event as always, and for allowing us to stream on their channel, as we're doing right now. I guess that it depends on which channel you're watching, but most of you are watching on the ESA channel, so... And yeah, if you want to keep informed or be updated about their events, check out esamarathon.com, because there are 2 online marathons coming up very soon. And also, while we're at it, if you're from the UK and you like to attend speedrunning events, check out UKSG, which is also a speedrunning marathon. and they are having their speedrun gatherings 4 times a year in Glasgow. So they're pretty cool as well.
Sounds pretty cool. I kind of died accidentally. Oh boy, nope, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, I didn't mean to die there, in case anybody was wondering about that. It's a bit of a tight one, this one. It's good to hear that all the speedrunning events are still going on, even during these weird times. I hope that everybody here watching, safe, sitting at home, enjoying speedruns, maybe learning some of your own. You could do that. There's plenty of games to learn.
I think in the past months, I have attended more speedrun events than in my entire life. Like combined, like all these online marathons, it's insane.
Oh yeah. Yes, it's. I mean, you got to do it in some way, shape, or form. It's gonna be some time before we can, you know, have everybody be healthy and safe as we enjoy these marathons. Let's see. We're about to head to the most annoying flight level in the world. Wild Flight. For that, we got a couple of gems to collect. Usually it's kind of important to see what Sparks is at after I exit the previous level, Terra's Village, but because we kind of died, we kind of reset Sparks, so, you know, let's just see it as an intentional death. I just made sure that, you know, I had Gold Sparks. There you go. There you go. Because Gold Sparks isn't relevant for this flight level, but it is relevant for the level after this, which is Misty Bog. Misty Bog is a pretty long level, and there is one spot where you can gain HP. That's it. Gonna have to focus a tiny bit for this one though, so I'll just be a tiny bit quiet while we fly. Alright, these gates can mess me up. Let's hope they don't. Because the gates have collision as they break, unfortunately. Alright, this is looking good. This is looking good. That was the hardest part done. Now let's see if we can get the good exit. This is another one of those sections that's pretty tight in execution. Missed it. That's a shame. That's a shame. Normally you want to exit here. You can fly right into the ceiling and exit the level. Unfortunately, I missed this one chest. So now this happens. Whee! And that cost us some time. But everything else was pretty much as expected. And we're ready for, in my opinion, the most annoying level out there. Misty Bog. So Misty Bog is another one where paths kind of diverge. You have the option to get to the end of the level from the start of the level, because the start of the level is higher than the end of the level, so you can glide down to there. I don't, because of the gems that I collect. So I opted to not collect gems at a certain point earlier in the run, to now collect those. Mainly because I'm more used to it, and I prefer the way enemies line up in that way. But time-wise, it's minor. So these enemies are pretty much the bane of my existence. If they eat you, they munch away, it takes forever, and then they spit you out, and you take damage. These frogs are annoying because they have their tongue attack, and you can charge them to kill them, but even then, it's kind of tricky because they tend to just hit you with their tongue before you can actually hit them with the charge. Normally, the game is pretty nice in that sense, where, yeah, no, if you're charging them, you get to be a bit earlier. Not with those. They just don't care. Just quick detour to the island to get back here. The island gives us a good amount of gems. Let's see. And we're about to hit this annoying gauntlet. Now, I have to say, this isn't the most annoying gauntlet in the level. There is a dragon in this level, which is guarded by about 8 8 frogs and 8 of these metal guards that you see here. And they're all lined up in such a way that it's just nigh impossible to not get hit. I refuse to go there, even though the gems is pretty nice because it's only for one dragon and it's pretty much out of the way. You don't want to mess with that. If you do tend to, you know, come across it in a casual run, you will hate that room. It's just awful. I don't know who thought that would be a good time. That would be fun, because it's not fun. It's not fun. I play games for fun, alright? Or maybe to go fast, but it's just not fun. This might be one of those areas you might have missed as a kid. You can sneak your way up here. And there's way more gems here. So we just gotta collect these. Annoying about these ones, you have to flame them 3 times before you actually unlock them to get the gems. In the next level, hopefully we'll be able to use Supercharge to avoid doing that. It's gonna be a bit tricky, it's gonna be a bit dangerous, as if I don't do it right, I'm gonna run off the cliff. So let's not do that. As we are about to head into treetops. Treetops is, as the name suggests, we are at the top of trees, so there's a lot of pits to fall into. However, it's a lot of fun to run through this level, as there are many ramps that give you super boost, which you can use to fly around from treetop to treetop. And we're going to use that to do some movement that you're normally not supposed to do, and get to places we're not supposed to get to in that manner. First off, basically straightforward, just gonna collect some gems, kill some monkeys in this case with some arrows in their hair. I think the original has bones in their hair, which I prefer. I mean, who would have guessed? But they have censored some things in the Reignited version. So this is the first part where we're gonna get this boost down, use this to run around onto another ramp, which is right here, to get to this one island. I believe this is intended this way, but it's kind of awkward. So as Jet is revealed, we kill the Egg Thief, which has a 25. I don't know why, but I'll take it. In this case, we're not going to death warp our way back, even though there is a dragon we just saved there. This is just a bit faster. So this is another one of those places where you're not supposed to use this charge in this way, but hopefully things will go well. There we go. We got a key. We're supposed to use it on that chest we just broke, but if we do that, there's a cutscene. So I'd rather charge through. And this is where things are gonna go a bit different. So normally, we're about to head to an island that's at the end, and you're supposed to use another ramp to get up there. However, their supercharge can be upgraded by using 2 ramps. So we're just using the same ramp twice. That went extremely well. Come on, get over it. There we go. Sometimes I have to run after them. That went extremely well. So if I didn't time that right, I would have ran off the cliff and not be able to flame those. But I timed it right. I didn't have to flame those. We did have to spend a bit of time to chase around that Egg Thief. But so far so good. 4579 gems just going through my head. I believe that is a good count. I'll know for sure after we've dealt with the second boss that we're about to fight, which is Metalhead. But first, just gotta collect some gems, as we do. Just gonna go around, get a quick key. We're actually gonna use the key this time. You'll see why I avoid using keys in general. About to get there. We're gonna do some gems that are not intended as well. Normally, the game expects you to go around the way we just did to actually get up to this cliff. Instead, we're going to use this pond, jump over. Because why not? Why not? That jump is surprisingly more narrow than you would have expected. It looks like you can just make that jump, but you got to use the Wile E. Coyote effect, where you're not actually on the platform anymore to get the jump. Metalhead. We're gonna take a bit of time before we actually get to Metalhead. Because, again, we gotta collect some more gems. That was solid. Those rolling monkeys can be a bit of a pain from time to time, as their collision can be a bit off. And they, like, kind of hit the one that you just killed, causing the game to, like, send it up a bit more, so you don't really charge into it, making you miss out on the gems. It's the reason why there's a bit of leniency in the gems we collect, like this right here. All right, that went well. Sometimes it can collide with the first one, kind of flies over. I don't hit it. Good thing things went well, because honestly, overall, this run is going pretty well. Let's see what happens here. Ooh, did I get lucky there? I did get lucky there. One of the things that can happen is Sparks, to regain health, he eats butterflies. The issue is when he eats a butterfly, he kind of stops, last one. He kind of stops collecting gems. So you might be like, collecting gems all the time, and then he just stops, and it's like, well, why aren't you picking it up? I need you to pick it up, please, pick it up. He won't pick it up. He's busy eating butterflies. Interesting to note about the Reignited Trilogy, you've seen me charge jump over those chests. Now, normally you're supposed to flame those chests, but they kind of messed up, where charging also triggers it, so I can use the charge to charge jump over and then just collect the gems. I don't see everyone doing that speedruns the game, which I'm surprised by, to be honest, but I do it. I think it's useful. It doesn't work all the time, because sometimes you just want to stay where you are, but 9 out of 10 times, it's fine. That's Metalhead done. Ooh, 17 seconds behind my time. Who knows? Who knows? And that is Beastmaker's done. That's the hardest level done. 51:47. I'd say we're a bit behind. Bit behind on gems. 51:55. Preferably, I want to be like 51:60, right? 51:60 something. So we'll see. We'll see how this turns out. Because Dreamweaver's world, even though there's a whole bunch of levels in this world, the world itself is pretty big. We only do the flight level and the boss level. That's pretty much it. We've already collected all the dragons that we need. We've already collected all the eggs that we need. All we need right now is gems. That is all we care about. We need those 6,000 gems to actually get to the final world. After that, it doesn't even matter anymore, and then we're just gonna actually run through levels super quickly. This cannon coming up right now is the bane of my existence. I wish it didn't exist. It does. We're gonna have to deal with it anyways. Gonna use these elevators to get up. And this cannon basically allows these enemies to be enlarged or shrunk down to size. So we need to kind of push this thing into its position, shoot these two. And if you're kind of unlucky, you move the cannon a bit too far, and even though it looks like you're about to shoot the left one, you hit the right one, and then you have to move it back, and then it kind of hits the wall, and you're like, what do you mean you're hitting the wall? And it's just things, yeah, just things I run into. So if you're interested in speedrunning this game, be aware. You will hate cannons for the rest of your life. Right. Now with that rant over, we're at Icy Flight, last flight level that we're about to do. 5336. So we're about to gain 600 gems from this. As we run into Jacques, we will gain 15 gems, which means we will need to collect 175 gems in the final level. Like, this is the math that I do before heading in there. This is the flight level where there is really no good geometry to use to beat the level earlier. You might be able to, but it's tricky. It's tricky. It doesn't really work out. Things timing-wise are odd. It's one of those situations where, yeah, you could do it, but it's not really faster. And that's mainly due to these trains that we're about to run into. They can drive below these bridges. So you could use these bridges, for example, to trigger the end of the level. But the way like they're set up and the positioning of them just doesn't really fit. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It's specifically that train right there, because I might as well hit it now, right? Because it's right here. It's not nowhere near that bridge. So we just finished the level. Let's see. Let's see where we end up. Because Jacques can be quite the tricky spot. 5, 6, 3, 6. We want to collect 15, so then after 175, yeah. Let's see, 175, how we shall do. Jacques, again, is one of those levels it's pretty big. There's like 2 ways to get to the boss, but there's also a side path where you can collect gems and get dragons and whatnot if you're interested in 100%ing the game. We're just gonna go straight for him in the most valuable way possible. And Jacques himself, is very easy. Much like every other boss in this game, they're all ridiculously easy, the way they're made and whatnot. It's just... They improved a lot with Spyro 2 and 3, where they just upped the difficulty, right? Because most of the time in these ones, you're just running after them, hitting certain things, and then you win, and it's done. Oh, let's actually use that. There we go. Much better. Ooh, good hit. Good hit. You can't hit, though. Hey. Let's see what we get to. Oops, this is what I mean. Sparks is like, ooh, that's a butterfly. I want to eat a butterfly. And then he ends up distracted. Ooh, 170, 170. That's not gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it. So, platforms don't exist. Sorry, I forgot to mention that a bit earlier. Yeah, we can just fly through platforms. There's no issue. Collision doesn't exist. So this is one of the few times we're actually going to use the return home. There we go. It's just a bit faster. We're 4 off? We're 4 gems off. Now, normally, I guess I would donate 4 euros. We're just going to make it 10. We're just going to donate 10 euros because of all of this. We can collect it really quickly, though. There we go. And now we're allowed to the final world, Nyasty's world. Balloonist is okay, you got 6k, move along. We're pretty much there at this point. We've got 2 more levels, and then Nyasty himself. First level, it's gonna go by pretty quickly. We're gonna use a wall that you can jump on to glide our way to victory. And then the second level is... No, also has skips. Sorry. Nope, everything here skips. Enjoy the skips. We're gonna have a lot of skips. Norcove is gonna go by super duper quick. We're just gonna pass a couple of enemies, jump onto a rock, jump onto a wall, and then fly to the end. There's nothing more to it. I'd say just enjoy what you see. And Zonorous, if you have anything to say go for it.
Yeah, I would like to, because we got a donation here.
Ooh!
We have a pretty hefty $25 from Anonymous, saying, stay safe, everyone. We will get through this one run at a time.
Exactly.
Thank you very much for your donation.
Thank you indeed. That is nice. 25. The generosity is just insane of some people. Like, I do love that people always feel like they should give, and they should help out. People are in need, are not in positions where they can just, get better out of nowhere or fix whatever situation they're in. That's just not possible, and this is really helping out. Also, that level flew by, huh? The wall can be a bit tricky. You can kind of fly into it a bit odd, and then you just drop down and you have to try again and again. But that was pretty much as good as we wanted it to. Twilight Harbor. If you've ever seen me run this before, you might have seen me die here multiple times. Let's hope I don't die, because we're about to skip something, and we need blue sparks for this. Wow, he actually hit me. Wow, he actually hit me. What did I just do? Did I jinx myself? I totally jinxed myself. So normally I was supposed to skip past all of that and then get here. Nah. Let's hope this second one works. Let's try the second one. This wasn't everything. This wasn't everything. We're gonna jump over this dragon, use the supercharge, jump up to this platform, jump over this one, and then we get to the return home. All right. At least I got the second one. Hey. And I didn't die, so I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself. I only died once unintentionally, and once intentionally. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Here we are, Nasty Nork, final boss. Again, it's a boss fight, but it's not really a boss fight. They just didn't really make him hard. It's really just a platforming level where initially we're gonna have to collect 2 keys to get to Nasty Nork. Then we have to chase him down, flame him once, then chase him down again, and then we are at the end of the game. And that's pretty much it. That's all we have to do. It's I don't know. It's odd that they thought this is a great boss fight. I mean, I enjoyed the level itself. It's not a boss fight. Also, we already got a key. So let's hope we can get this second key quickly as well. Ooh, missed him. We need him here, though. Because if I didn't get him at that point, we would have to chase him down all the way through this path that you didn't see. Takes forever. Anyways, let's chase Nasty Nork. Again, we're going to skip some stuff because, hey, we can glide down here. But Nasty Nork is using rubber banding to keep himself in front of us. He is cheating. We must take him down for his cheating. That's okay. We're going to use the wall here to actually just jump over. Because why not? So we're going to hit him once. Now, you might have noticed that we've been hitting all these metal armor enemies by charging into them. But for some reason, Nasty Nork doesn't like getting flamed. But charging? Nah, we can't charge him. We're coming up on time, though. Pretty close. Just a couple more platforms to hit. Very, very close. Just a little staircase to get up to. And time. That is it. That is Nasty Nork. What do we say? Exactly. We're toast. Blue Spyro looks super weird. But that is it. That is Spyro all the way done. I probably could have let that cutscene play on, to be very honest. But yeah, I'd say we're under pretty much good underestimate. I mean, my time is 30 seconds off my PB. I mean, I just got another sub 36. I've been struggling on sub 36, and I just got another one. I'll take him. I'll take him. But yeah, no, that was Spyro 1, no balloonness skip. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the run. If you're interested in running the game yourself, the Discord, Spyro Discord is around. All Spyro games are being discussed and ran there. And if you want to see more of me, you can just check me out on Twitch. Same name, Boneyc. And that's pretty much it. Be sure to donate. Be sure to give to a good cause. And stay safe, guys. Have a good night. Or day, wherever you may be.